all about the face, about the face. So this is all about your face. First thing first, did you take off your makeup the night before? I hope so. Did you know that you are 7 times more likely to get wrinkles, have premature aging when you don't remove your makeup or wash your face? So make sure that you do that. The next morning, you still need to wake up and wash your face. Most skincare companies will have products for 2 types of skin, for oily skin and for normal to dry skin. So determine what your skin type is and make sure that you wash your face. That's going to give you a clean canvas to start applying your makeup. I've already washed my face. Once you've done that, you can apply a toner. I like to apply rose water on my face just by spritzing it on. What that does is it holds in hydration into your face so that it keeps your face plump. Not fat, just plump and smooth as you apply your makeup products. Next, we're going to moisturize your skin. So even if you have oily skin, you still need to moisturize your skin. Just use a smaller amount. I have combination skin. I'm just using a small dab of moisturizer. This is called Divine. And you want to put it all over your entire face, even down your neck. Again, this will hold moisture in your skin and keep it soft. If you have a great moisturizer too, it will also help prevent the fine lines from appearing, from getting more of, premature aging, etc. The next thing you're going to need to do is to prime your face. Primer. This is probably one of the top 10 mistakes women make in regards to a step that they skip. Primer. What is primer? Primer acts as a barrier against your makeup. For example, your foundation. It's kind of like paint. When you are going to paint a wall, you put a primer up first so that the paint doesn't seep into the wall or into the previous paint underneath it. It's the same thing with your skin. Often I will get someone who will say, my face is eating my makeup. By the middle of the day, my foundation is gone, or the redness is shining through, or it doesn't look smooth anymore. That means that you just need a primer to apply prior to the foundation. Applying a primer also will help make your foundation go on smoother so it doesn't seep into the fine lines and into the pores of your skin. A good primer will feel like silk on your skin. It won't be oily. There should be no oils in a primer. It just creates a very clean canvas. And ideally, all women, we want something that lands on our face that doesn't feel like we have something on our face, right? Next step is your foundation. Okay, there are several kinds of foundations out there. There's BB cream, which BB cream is a tinted moisturizer. There's cream foundation, which tends to be a little bit heavier with full coverage and heavier on the face. The #1 most popular foundation out there is liquid foundation. A great liquid foundation is going to cover all your flaws. Okay, you should not need a lot of additional materials to use after you apply your foundation. It should look pretty flawless. Photo finish, right? So check out my skin for a minute. I have freckles, as you can see. I also have a couple blemishes and discoloration, okay? And that's from years of being in the sun when I wasn't supposed to be when I was younger. So what I'm going to do is apply my liquid foundation. I highly recommend that you utilize a liquid foundation brush. It should be a firm brush with soft bristles. This is going to help apply the foundation evenly and get into the little areas that are hard to get in with. What I'm going to do is put on a circle of foundation on my brush, and then I'm just going to dot my face, and I want you to watch the magic. Circular motions when you apply your foundation will allow it to go on very, very smooth. And you want to go all the way up into the hairline. All right, let's do this side. Circular motions. And if you notice, the brush is getting right into the corner of my nose and into my eyes, which is a hard area to get sometimes. Down your neck. Now, are you wondering, how do I color match my skin? Foundation should be color matched on your neck. The reason is that you want one smooth canvas. You want your foundation to match the rest of your body. So if you are shopping for foundation, color match the color to your neck. And yes, foundation colors can change seasonally. So if it's summer, you might be a little bit darker and need a darker foundation. Wintertime, you might lose your tan, right? And so you need a lighter foundation, and that's normal. Most women have 2 shades of foundation that they go back and forth from. All right, do you see that magic? So it should appear like you have a smooth, flawless finish. And a great foundation shouldn't feel like you have something on your face. So foundation's on, you have a smooth, flawless finish. Let's just say that you just have one of those hairy, audacious blemishes that's still kind of shining through a little bit underneath your foundation. You can simply use a concealer of the same color foundation, dab a very tiny bit onto that area to help conceal it. Next is going to be highlight, which is one of my favorites. So do you have dark circles under your eyes, or do you have bags under your eyes and you want to draw attention away from that? That's going to be where highlighting comes into place. A concealer that is 2 to 4 shades lighter than your foundation is going to be necessary. You'll want to use a concealer brush. A concealer brush will be able to handle moisture. So concealer is going to be a cream based with moisture, so that these bristles can handle the moisture and apply it correctly. So I'm going to put just a tiny, tiny dab, and I'll show you, because this is a little goes a really long way. Just that much. And this is how you apply your concealer. You're literally going to paint it on, and these are the areas that you want to focus on. We're going under the eye. So you're going to start by drawing a line going all the way to the top of the cheekbone. Then you're just going to color in that space. You made a V, and all the way into the inside corner of the eye, out to the temple, like so. Other side. This is the fun part. Then you're going to take your concealer, and we want to draw attention to the forehead, to bring it forward, to bring light forward. So you kind of can draw a cross, or you can draw a flower. You're just applying some concealer, highlighter there, and I'm going down the center of my nose. So I have a wider bridge of a nose, so I'm going to draw attention to the center of my nose to make my nose appear smaller. I'm also going to dab just a little bit right here, and that's going to help give me the illusion of having bigger lips. Also going to go right at the jowl line that's above the jaw, below the actual cheekbone slightly, and that's going to help sculpt my cheeks. Okay, so I've got my highlighter on. Now, how do I blend this? Are you wondering? This is called a blending bud. You can simply wet that blending bud under water and squeeze out the excess because you want it damp. I'm going to use my rose water, and I'm going to just spray it wet. Then you just dab, dab, dab. Dab that blending bud right into your skin. So I'm not wiping it all, I'm just dabbing it on. And do you see how you now have a blended effect and a highlighted effect as well? Okay, your highlight's done. You'll want to set your highlight with a powder, and you'll want to use the same color powder that you used to highlight your face. So I used the color Velour, and if you're wondering what color foundation I used Chiffon, and if you need help color matching your face, please reach out to me and I will help you determine which is the best shade for you. So I'm just going to set loose powder right underneath where I highlighted. And I'm done. Now onto the eyebrows and the eyes, and that's going to be the next video. Ciao.